I just wanted to take a moment of your time and look at two dragons from Dragon's Defenders of Berk, a Lunge Attack Toothless, and a purple repaint of Thunderdrum. Why does Toothless lunge, you ask? Well, it's so he can check out the teeth of Thunderdrum.
Interesting. Good teeth you got there.
Going backwards, here's how Toothless the Night Fury who lunges looks like in his package on store shelves. It's kind of funny how tall he is, or how high they placed him on the package, I guess to make sure he does his lunges and such. On the back of the box here you have a great picture illustration of Lunge Attack Toothless and opposable wings, and whoa, what is this? Another projectile. Gotta love the projectiles, right? And of course, some of the other dragons available. That Purple Thunderdrum also here today. And speaking of the Purple Thunderdrum, here he is in his package. This is a repaint of the light blue Thunderdrum, and the reason I picked this one up was because I spent quite a lot of money on my blue Thunderdrum, and I thought by buying this in the store would redeem that price a little bit. On the back of the box here you've got a nice photo illustration of Thunderdrum in purple shooting out his spitting disc attack, posable wings, and of course some of the other dragons available like Lunging Toothless. Out of the box lunges Toothless. I was pretty surprised to see this dragon. I didn't expect to see more Toothless with all the rumors of Skull Crusher and the new Belch and Barf. I discounted Toothless all the way. How awesome it was to see this guy, especially a Toothless in a standing up position. I was also surprised to see more Defenders of Berk dragons. I figured they would just switch to the movieverse. So this is Lunge Attack Toothless, and there's a couple ways you can play with him. I kind of prefer just to hold his tail back and push his back down, and he does his lunging slash projectile firing, which isn't loaded yet. You can see how his mouth opens and shuts and snaps. He's got, again, some posable wings, and this looks like some of the better, newer designed wings where you can kind of place them in several different spots. You can hold them into position. I especially like them holded up like so. And there is just a great dragon. Looks like we've got some articulation in his hands, which is always nice to have, especially when he's in this great squirrel pose. And now we've got kind of this hip region here that does this whole thing going. There's also this back leg, which is actually the real trigger point for his lunge attack. You just squeeze this down and that's how he's going to go. And we probably should load a projectile, of course, so we can see how that goes. Of course, it's not always easy because Spin Master projectiles are not always the best designed feature. I've had a little trouble getting this guy going, but let's see. Really sounded bad. Anyhow. Well, it worked. Shot maybe 4 feet, but I don't really care too much for that feature. I'm more about this. Wings are a nice translucent color going on. You can see a little bit of light pass through, which is nice. We've got his pirate tail going on with the red, and a nice saddle going on, plus a riding peg for Hiccup. And for some reason I cannot find my older Hiccup now. All I can find is my younger Hiccup, and I'm sure he's going to ride just fine. And there we go. And it is a little awkward actually, because when seated up form, Hiccup's kind of sitting backwards a little bit. So this isn't the best dragon for riding, but it is nice that they included it nonetheless. Quick look at his head up close. Looks like another original sculpt with his dragon ears, or whatever you want to call those, back a little bit. You can tell that lower jaw has a lot to do with the action feature. So that's just kind of how he performs that cool trick. Of course, another nice use of the lunging Toothless is reenacting scenes from the latest Dragons movie. Toothless, what are you doing? Stop it! Ah, please don't do this to me! Ah! It doesn't look like there's a wire in this guy's tail, so that's not going to be moving around, and I don't see any articulation on that tail either for spinning, which usually is never happening. But overall, this is a really pleasing dragon to get. I think if you're collecting Toothlesses, you might want to get one of the normal ones first, and this one might be your second choice just because of that great stand-up look. He's going to just look awesome on a shelf. a real quick scale comparison of Lunge or Toothless with, say, the Toothless Power Dragon from the latest movie. They're always about the same scale, so always welcome on that. And of course my favorite, Catapult-tailed Toothless, another Berk Toothless. So you can see that they're all about scaled right to each other and make it a lot of fun collecting a whole bunch of Toothly. High five, Toothless! So yeah, awesome. Wow, Thunderdrum Purple is also good on the skins. I figured I would just tie in the Purple Thunderdrum on this video instead of doing his own show, because he is just a repaint, but a pretty good repaint. The purple is very vibrant, kind of a dark purple here and there with a little bit of a lighter purple and kind of a light greenish blue underbelly, turquoise blue underbelly. It kind of blends right into my set, by the way. And he pretty much does the same action feature, of course. We have discs that load in on the back here, and to launch them you're just going to pull his tail back and they're going to load it, and firing, really good feature on that, shoots about 10, maybe 15 feet. And of course, to compare him with other Thundy, right here, obviously a very light blue and a very dark purple. I'm trying to remember, but is not this the Thunderdrum that this Thunderdrum, if this was Tornado, was trying to protect in the cave? And I have to go back to the episode there. But there are different color Thunderdrums, so it's pretty neat to have a couple colors. And Thunderdrum is one of my favorite dragons, even though this one can be a little derpy looking, as I've heard from other commenters. So that is the new unexpected Lunging Toothless and Purple Thunderdrum toys. I know I was hoping for a Skull Crusher and that new Belch and Barf that everyone keeps talking about and reminding me, and I'm keeping my eyes open to find them as soon as I can, without having to go to the internet and pay crazy prices. So just hang in there and I will get those posted soon when I can find them. For now, Thunderdrum needs another dental checkup.
Oh boy, you really need to work on those bicuspids.
Do squirrels have bicuspids?
Stop it! Toothless! Oh! Too bad I didn't have my movie accurate hiccup on this one. Sorry, it's gonna take me weeks to find him now.